Hello everybody and welcome back to C&C RC Adventures. Today we've got something different on the bench. Not an SCX24. This is the RC four-wheel drive 1/24th scale Trailfinder 2. Now this truck has been out on the market for a while, so you've probably seen it if you've been around the 1/24th scale scene. So I'm not going to do like a big in-depth, look into it and all that kind of stuff. The reason you're seeing this today is a couple reasons. One, I've always liked the idea of this truck. I like the little smaller scale. I like the looks of it. But it never really got any aftermarket support. And while it performs okay out of the box, there are definitely areas that could be better. So for whatever reason, the aftermarket never started making parts for this truck. So there really weren't any more parts unless you made them yourself or adapted parts from other vehicles to work onto these. But I believe that is starting to change. I've seen a few different parts starting to pop up, and I hear rumors of other parts starting to come onto the market as well. So I figured now would be a good time to get one of these and see what kind of performance we could get out of it. Now, I don't expect this to perform as well as some of our fully modified SCX24s and things like that. But I do just want to see what we can get out of this truck. I want to see where we can make it better. I already have a few ideas, but we'll see what we can do. So first things first, I think I'm just going to run it like it is stock and see what it's capable of and go from there. Okay, so we're just going to drive it a little bit on our homemade course. This is just a spray foam course. You've seen courses like this before. So let's just see what we can do. It does seem like it's definitely pretty top heavy. I'm noticing right off the bat, these tires have zero traction. There we go, finally got up that. The motor is pretty small, I'm sure you've seen it before, but it actually has more power than I thought it would. Again, it's not, going to compete with an SCX24 in terms of power, but it's not that bad. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have the power to get itself out of a bind like that. Another thing I'm noticing the stock servo is pretty weak. Like I'm turning it as far as we'll go, and it's just barely moving the truck and the wheels right there. I'm trying to get up this line and take a left and then go around, but it just doesn't have the power, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so we've tested it out a little bit, and it really is not as bad a performer as I initially thought it would be. It does obviously have a lot of room to improve, and we're going to try to do what we can to improve that. But it got up some lines that I didn't think it would be able to. It got over some obstacles that I thought were going to be impossible for it. So that gives me hope that with some, some modifications and some new parts and stuff like that, it's going to really come alive. I don't expect it to, again, perform like a fully modified SCX24, because it's not the same type of vehicle. It's not the same class. It's not, smaller tires, smaller motor, smaller battery. It's not made really to compete with it, I don't think. But we're just going to see what we can do. I noticed, though, that it was just fun driving it. My SCX24s are so modified that I can pretty much climb up any line or obstacle or anything on this course without a lot of trouble. I keep having to make things harder and harder and harder. And with this one, there's plenty of stuff to give it a lot of challenge, just like it is. So, it's going to be nice to see what we can do to up the performance. I have some ideas already. I know that definitely the tires are going to want to be replaced. I know that pretty much all factory tires on vehicles these days, especially these smaller scales, are not great. They're okay. They're much better than the stock tires used to be many years ago when I got into RC stuff. But there are a lot of aftermarket options that are better. There aren't that many for this truck. They're all RC four-wheel drive tires, but they do make some of their good tires in the good compounds. So we're going to try some of those out. I think I'm going to see about upgrading the servo, because it just doesn't have much torque at all. And there's a lot of play. Let's see. There's a lot of play in the front end. And the servo itself doesn't have... See, I'm turning the servo right now, and I'm just barely holding these wheels. And it's just not turning. So those are the couple areas I'm going to address first, I believe. And then we'll see after that. So stay tuned. We're going to do some more with this truck, see what we can get out of it. We're going to do a lot more SCX24 content as well. But until then, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you out there.